Hello and welcome back into DSI. So we've been able to cover several games and events that went on across the Eastern Shore this week. So we now turn our attention to the major leagues, well, the Orioles to be exact. The Orioles have been quite up and down throughout the month of June with a 12-16 record, so not that great. 4 games under 500, but last night they led heading into the 9th inning against the Rays, but were unable to hang on, dropping an extra 6-4. Now, Haley, I know you were at the game last night. What has been going on with this ball club?
All right, so that's a really good question, Jeff. I think a lot of folks here on the shore have the same question. Things really not going well for the pitching staff in Baltimore. The starters, they're just not going deep into games. Chris Tillman pitched last night. He hasn't been himself all season. He hasn't gone past 6 innings, in fact. And there's several injuries, so that's affecting the lineup. They're waiting for closer Zach Britton to come back. J.J. Hardy, he's hurt. But last night, one of those games that's really frustrating to lose because they had a lead, as you mentioned, Jeff, in the middle of the game and really had a chance to steal it. But they gave up that lead in the 9th, and then, of course, things got out of control in extras. Manager Buck Showalter, though, he's taking it in stride.
You had a shot at kind of, I don't know if stealing one. You know, we only had, 4 hits through 9 innings, 5 through 10. I think that was more of the story than anything. So you had a shot there trying to get one, but they did a good job. You know, they drew the base on balls and laid off a tough pitch and, got the big base hit. He had a big night.
Buck's absolutely right there. It absolutely would have been a steal. Chris Tillman on the bump, only 4 hits from the offense, and Tillman just has not been Chris Tillman. He was looking for just his 2nd win of the season last night. He came back from the DL on May 7th. And in the month of June, going into last night's game, he posted a pretty brutal 11.14 ERA. His shoulder apparently was bothering him, so that may have been a factor last night. But he himself was a little frustrated and sees that he's improving and returning to his old form.
Pretty much carrying the same stuff tonight. Executed a few more pitches tonight. I felt good enough tonight to get past that. I felt like the leadoff guy Longo got him to keep the ball on the ground, which is it's starting pitcher's goal to get these guys to hit the ball on the ground, and then kind of running into trouble with the next 2 guys. I felt like made a lot of good pitches. They just didn't offer.
Now, when your pitching staff isn't there, you're going to really need some offense. And as I mentioned, that lineup kind of riddled with injuries. Some guys not performing quite as well as they should be or as expected. Baltimore thrives on the long ball, of course. So who's the next man up going to be? Well, turns out it's Joey Rickard. He had himself a great night, both defensively, out in left field. He made a couple great catches, scared everyone a little bit, looked like he slammed into the left field wall pretty hard, and then made a great sliding catch, and then he was 2 for 3 with an RBI, so great night for him. Now, reporters after the game asked him what it was like to be the hero for the team.
It was a tough one, a good one to win, tough one to lose, but good thing is we got another one tomorrow. Just consistency, I feel like I've just been seeing the ball well and getting a good pitch to hit, putting a good swing on it. We got the right guys in this clubhouse that, keep us motivated and stay hungry, and we'll be ready to go.
Now, normally it's the veterans in a clubhouse who are really going to set the pace, establish the culture, but it's definitely a strength for this lineup and the entire organization, for that matter, to have a guy like Rickard there to keep morale up and be optimistic. Now, that's it for the Orioles for now, but when we come back, we've got our plays of the week for you. You don't want to miss them. Stay tuned.
I'm Jack Wheely. I'm a pitcher for Easton High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.